In this video, we will be growing micro dwarf size bok choy from seed. We will also be harvesting, tasting, cooking, and seed saving this biannual heirloom vegetable, which is usually grown as an easy annual. We are going to do all of this in Dollar Tree stackable containers that I just couldn't refuse buying. Hey guys, it is May 11th. Can you see those two seeds in there? You only need a depth of 1/4 inch. I'm just lightly gonna cover that back over. And all I did was just dent into the wet soil. I find it easier to pre-water these. And it's just lightly firmed in there now. And this is gonna take 10 to 14 days to germinate. And we are growing bok choy. And here, I've already got a great example going on. So these are not frost hardy. And you do want yourself some good, loose, but worked soil. We now have come to the point to where we need to thin these out. You can see I've got two. I'm going to take the smallest one, and all I'm going to do is gently lift upright, and it takes everything out. And that's all we want to be left with. This one's perfect. It already just has one. I'm going to continue on, and I'm just going to thin out the rest of them. So we do want our spacing about 3 inches apart. Stackable pots that I got from the Dollar Tree for $1.25. Some of the plastic has already kind of broke. You can see right here, here's a crack because of the weight once you put the soil in there, so beware of that. They do like rich soil with lots of nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus. And the temperatures that they prefer are spring or fall, so 60 to 80 degrees. You can, of course, do succession planting with these. So it is the 17th of May, looking at these bok choy. These feel like an opened up Brussels sprout. This one is underneath the part shady area. They really just require about 4 to 6 hours of full sun, and they are great for anywhere from zone 2 to zone 11. I am in Northwest Ohio, zone 5. All right, so here we're in the sunny spot, and I apologize for the hose. These are the extra micro dwarf version, and they are so cute. This is so fresh feeling. I cannot wait to try these. So they can take some shade. Obviously they can be in a container. I got something eating this right here. I do have little rabbits. So these do like fairly moist but not soggy conditions, and that is hard when you get down to this bottom container, because obviously you know how gravity works. It's all going to go down here, and that's the one that's going to remain moist. And this one up top is gonna dry out because this one's in the sun, and it's gonna bleach all of this out. There is no shade up here, so that does make growing them in these just a little bit of a slight challenge. You can see the growth, the height differentiation here. Okay, and here's this one that I started probably a couple weeks ago. So you can do repeat sowing of this if your weather permits, and it really depends on what zone you are in. You can use tea leaves in here because I use grass clippings a lot on things, and I would not want to have to pick all the grass clippings out of this. So I would actually just use a little bit of tea leaves in here. That way you can get your boost of nitrogen. It is May 23rd, and look at how great this bok choy looks. You can see these are the ones that we started not too long ago. And you can ignore these. These are just the little needles from the tree that we're under. Look at that. So please, you guys, these like require no maintenance. I mean, I barely did anything besides put some seeds in and water. It's starting to go to seed here. It is almost June. You do want to start to harvest these before it starts to get to be around 80 degrees, and that's what's going on here. So it is starting to go to seed a little bit for us, so I am gonna want to eat these soon. Look at that. So I now want to go over to the sunny area. This is the part shade area. This is the only one over here on this side that's gone to seed. This one looks like it's just starting to. Again, these need no maintenance. They need no support. They need no pruning. There's really nothing even on here for them to pollinate. These are so easy. All right, here is our full sun, and you can see, yep, these are all starting to go to seed again. I already pinched this off to see if it was bitter since it was beginning to go to seed. It's not. So I can come out here and harvest all of this. And I'm gonna wait till tomorrow because I bought some pot stickers that I actually want to cook with this. I do like me some pot stickers. So here I started some pansies in here. We transplanted them from the cups, the egg curtains. These little stackable compartments and the height, shape, everything of these little dwarf size bok choy are perfect for this. Perfect. All right, a couple days later, and you can really see this is going to seed. See how these are actually spreading out now, like this is going to flower. Unlike this is still compact. If we go down here, this looks like it is part of a broccolini or a broccoli rabe. That's why this is part of the brassica family. Look at that. Now, if you feel like your soil is deficient of nutrients, you can either use grass clippings, or I have used some dried up old tea grounds I saved all winter long. You can do the same thing with coffee, especially when you have such a little container, because you know if you use grass clippings, you're supposed to be bringing it away from the stem. And they're kind of compact, so it's sort of hard to do. I find that these tea leaves are much easier to add some nitrogen to. So let me get set up, and we're gonna do a little bit of harvesting here. All right, here we go. I've got the bowl down here. You can catch whatever it needs to. I'm gonna cut these. I'm not going to pull these. And I'm gonna get about right here and just cut. Drop in my bowl. I'm gonna cut down here. do the same thing. All right, this is what I've got so far. I'm just on this one stack. I think I'm gonna leave these two, and I want to see how this looks when it goes to seed. You can see how I've chopped everything else out. And this one, we just started not long ago, but you can see in the very center how that's wanting to go to seed, because we've had some 80-degree weather, and this is a cool weather crop and it doesn't like it. Now I'm at the shadier container. I definitely want to take this one. You can see how this one's starting to go to seed. So let me get down here and do that. Okay. And let's get this one too. This one is all spread out, leggy looking. And this one over here is pretty the same way, very leggy. Okay, so on this side you can see a little bit smaller, but they're starting to go to seed. All right, there's my bowl full. Pretty good first harvest with our little compact containers, which I thought these would be perfect for the bok choy. So pleased. I cut these in half, the entire length of the bok choy. And if we look at these look sensational. They're bright green. There's no spots. There's no wilting. They look pretty fantastic. So I'm gonna cook these up in some soy sauce, a little bit of garlic powder, and I am also gonna serve these with these pot stickers, which I love. Got those ready, and I'm gonna get some takeout as well. Also added some avocado oil to the pan. High smoke point's always great. I did cut some of the heads off on some of these, leave the others. I also just tried the leaf. And it's very pleasant if you'd like to add to salads. I don't think I'd like a whole bowl of that raw. If you could not use this today when you picked it, you can put it in a plastic bag and it'll keep for about 3 to 5 days. But I mean, if you can, I would use it fresh, because that's kind of the point of why we're gardening. But you know, life gets busy. I do have this on medium heat. Quite a bit of flame. It's not going to take too long. It's already reduced, and it's only been a minute or two. Do remember that do not wash these and put these in the fridge for a couple of days. They're like strawberries. Wash them right before you're going to use them. About 3.5, 4 minutes later, we're down to low. And really, I got the color that I want. I'm just trying to let those stems tender up. That's it. All right, that's what we got out of all of that. You can definitely tell that this is part of the brassica family. It has a little bit of a broccoli and a little bit of a cabbage taste. I've got these fork tender, these stems. It's gonna be fantastic. These are done. This is my second batch. I like to put a little bit of that soy sauce in to put a little color on them. Time to eat. My takeout has arrived. I got garlic chicken with extra water chestnuts. I love it. Chicken lo mein, totally in the mood. Those pot stickers turned out great and colored. When you add a little bit of the soy sauce in with that water. Forgot I got some snap peas. But look at our bok choy. Could this not have been any easier to grow? I don't think so. So for fall, I'm gonna go ahead and double down and triple down on this, because I'd like to recreate this whole thing again. Now that I know how much this cooks down, you know, it's always something to read about something, but for you to have your own experience, that's a whole nother thing. So need to triple down on this. These are also really easy to grow too. However, not as easy as this bok choy was, especially the way that we had them stacked in those individual compartments. Could not be easier. You can see that they flower up very beautifully yellow. They sort of have that firework or star spreading kind of pattern to them. You can definitely see that over here. Here it looks like they're actually staggered. This is now about 12 inches tall. Super, super leggy now. June 1st, and here we go with our seeding. And you can see how it spreads out. It is June 9th, and can you see the pods that are developing as these are going to seed? Isn't that interesting? Love it. See how they've got multi-shoot from one plant. Got a pollinator right here. Just a little fly. Flies are pollinators too. So it is now June 13th. Can you see how plump those bean pods look, or those seed pods look? I say that because they remind me of some shriveled up beans or snap peas. You can see and feel the seeds in these little pods here. Yeah, look at that. Can you see that? It looks real swollen there. Look at that one. Interesting. Okay, it's June 25th, and you can see the coloration of this is starting to lighten. The pods are definitely starting to swell, and you can feel the seeds in there, and I can almost feel this pod wanting to split open compared to some of the newer ones. You can see those look a little bit darker than those do. Alright guys, it is June 29th. I'm just out here with the seed pods with the bok choy, and you can see that they're starting to turn to a pale green, almost yellowish. We're just waiting for these to dry up, become brown, so that we can save the seeds for this heirloom plant. Guys, today is July 9th, and we can close up the video, but we need to save our seed. It is an heirloom, and you're looking for seeds that look this dark, and when you feel them, they feel dry. Some of these are sort of in the process. This is not dry. You can feel the moisture in here, especially like, look at this one. This is like half dry, half moist. So I did pull one over here, and you can see how that looked there. Pretty tan, and you just split it in half, just kind of like you would a bean or a pea. And when they're dry, they're gonna split real easy for you. There's still one in the actual pod, and look, I've got about 5 or 6 right there. Yeah, it'll be 6 a total of that one, and you just keep doing that. So let me pull another one here, because I think this one's gonna be fantastic. If I were to just go like this, you would see all of the seeds drop right there. See that? I did that with one hand holding the camera. And I've still got some here in my hand. So see how super easy that is? Never mind the weeds, because this isn't really what's happening anymore. I'm not actively growing these. I was letting them dry out. So there's really no need for me to weed. All right, quick note. I pulled one of these green pods that obviously is not dry and is more at the tops here. And if you look inside, those are not black at all. On the left, it looks like green seeds. On the right, it looks more of a brown, sort of cognac color. And we're looking for dark, dark black. This one looks real good. Take this one as well. And I'm just going to pinch it off right here. Oh, can you hear how hollow that was? And after I get everything that I want picked in here, I'm just going to toss out the husks or the shells, whatever you'd like to call it. And I'm gonna let these seeds themselves sit in this bowl for about a week, because even though it appears as if everything is fully dry from the outside, I want these seeds to get all of the benefit of the air and the airflow in the house. Those I consider to be very successful. Super easy. You can totally do this either in ground or in containers. Guys, excellent. Thank you so much for watching, and I invite you again to subscribe, as I have been gardening for over 40 years and have a lot to teach, show, grow, review, experiment with, and my favorite, a specific variety everything deep dive. So let's try new things together, mix it up, and have a glorious day.